It is.
No.
Oh.
Y'all ready, gang?
Ready, ready.
Rock real steady.
Actually,
We're
on the lap. You're sitting. Did you wait,
No, no.
Abby? Isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I?
I'm gonna show you.
Ow.
All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your
No,
lap. No.
no.
Okay. Do we have the apple
No, you
box?
put
We can
your
sit
show.
right there.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in to Codeblaquefacts. You guys know I love you and I do appreciate you. I know I have been gone for a little bit. I've actually been, I had a lot going on. Not nothing bad, just all good things. And I needed a little break. So I took a break, but I'm back. And I want to talk about this Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears lawsuit. Um, so first of all, let me say this. I played that Bernie Mac. That was a Bernie Mac clip from the Bernie Mac show. And I think it holds a lot of context because, within Hollywood, they do try to impart weirdo ass shit. Okay, excuse my language, but I had to, but they will try you. And as you can see, they tried it with Bernie Mac, and Bernie Mac was like, no, not gonna fly. And he didn't even have to explain himself. It was just like, no, he ain't finna sit on my lap. It's a cut, it's a wrap. No. And so, judging from that clip, I, would consider Bernie Mac a protector of children. And that's what you need in the industry, in Hollywood. You need that. So, regardless of what the producers are doing or the directors are doing, you have, as a person, you have your own standards. You have your own code of conduct, things that you go by specifically. So, I wanted to just show that because I think it was a wonderful example of how you can cut that out real quick. I mean, come on. They had a attempting to sit on the lap of Bernie Mac as he was directed to. And Bernie Mac was like, nah, ain't finna happen. So, moving on. For those of you guys who do not know, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears have been accused of some serious allegations. Um, Tiffany Haddish is, you guys know Tiffany Haddish. I mean, I don't have to go into who she is or even Aries Spears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through because I wanted to provide you guys the facts. That's what I wanted to do. So I am going to read the CNN article that was put out, and then I'm going to give you guys my, perspective on everything. Now, um before I do that, I want you guys, those of you guys who have children, I want you to think about as if it was your children. Okay? Think about it from that perspective because these are somebody's children. All right? And so here goes. It says Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears accused of child sexual abuse in lawsuit. Their reps call it a shakedown. Excuse me, you guys. I'm a little under the weather. Comedians Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears have been accused of having groomed and molested. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that because I know YouTube be acting funny. But two then minor siblings years ago, according to a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court. The complainants are referred to as Jane Doe and John Doe in the suit, which states their names are being withheld to protect their privacy. According to the complaint, a copy of which was obtained by CNN, Jane Doe and John Doe were 14 and 7 respectively when they alleged that Haddish and Spears had them participate in sexually suggestive videos in separate incidents in 2013 and in 2014. When reached for comment by CNN, attorneys for Haddish and Spears called the allegations bogus and a shakedown, respectfully. According to the complaint, Haddish was a longtime family friend of the mother of the siblings who filed the lawsuit. Jane Doe was enrolled in a comedy camp in 2013 where Haddish was a guest speaker and told the teen girl she had a perfect role for her, the complaint states. The star allegedly drove the girl to a studio where she and Spears showed her a video of an older man and a college age woman eating a sandwich simultaneously from either end while moaning and making sexual noises as they both ate the sandwich in a manner that simulated the act of fellatio. Now let me say this, you guys. I did see the video of the 7-year-old little boy in his underwear. And I did see the sexually suggestive things that were going on in that video. And I can tell you that if you are not a parent, or if you are a parent, it wouldn't matter. But if you are a protector of children, that video will make you mad because it's just weird. And again, like I said, look at it from the perspective of what if that was your children or family members, young people in your family, a 7-year-old, a 14-year-old. What business, regardless of whether they're doing it for a commercial, they're doing it for a PSA, they're doing it for whatever, it doesn't matter. Why would a grown woman be teaching a 14-year-old girl how to give fellatio? Why would they be coaching a 7-year-old boy on sexually suggestive motions? It is weird. And many of us who are speaking about this online, we are not in Hollywood, have never been in Hollywood. So we don't really know, but we go off of what we've heard. And I can tell you right now, we keep hearing these weirdo stories about how they have taken these children and done the utmost insane things with these children, how they've groomed these children. And when I say they, I mean they as in the industry, not they as in Tiffany and Aries Spears. Now, personally speaking, that video is highly inappropriate. Now, whether or not criminal acts have been done, that's up to the law. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Let me continue with the article. So it goes on to say that Spears then told plaintiff Jane Doe that he wanted her to mimic what she had seen on the screen, including the noises, precisely like what she heard throughout the video. The suit states plaintiff Jane Doe, nervous and disgusted, didn't say anything until Haddish came into the room next to her and sat down. Haddish verbally explained what was expected of plaintiff Jane Doe and then showed plaintiff Jane Doe how to give fellatio, including movements, noises, moanings, and groanings. You guys, this is highly, highly, highly inappropriate. I don't care if the parent, like I said, even if the parent was in on it, as a person, you have to have your own values, morals, standards, things that you just would not do, your own code of conduct. Like you have to draw the line somewhere, especially when you're working with children. I mean, the fact that like this has to even be said. Haddish allegedly then paid her $100 and sent her home, according to the complaint. John Doe alleged that in summer 2014, Haddish offered to book, arrange, and film Mr. Doe content for a Nickelodeon sizzle reel at the home of Spears. Haddish claimed the reel would be used to book Mr. Doe on Nickelodeon. Upon information and belief, Haddish and Spears removed the 7-year-old victims from his sister, placed him upstairs in a bedroom, and stripped the child down to his underwear. According to the suit, the video was entitled Through a Pedo's Eyes and shows Spears lusting over the 7-year-old child and rubbing his back. Again, I saw the video. I would suggest you see the video if you want to kind of know the full context. I was thinking about posting it in the description box, but I decided not to because, again, that is a 7-year-old child in that video, and there is a lawsuit that is active against them, and I want no parts of any of it because there are laws related to sharing children in their underwear. And we think that is simple and that it's whatever, but in certain states that would be considered a child sex crime, just sharing a picture of a child in a diaper or their underwear or whatever. So I'm not going to put that on my channel because I don't want the heat, because I know nothing about it and don't want anything to do with it. However, I do want justice if in fact these allegations are true, because things like sexual, things like that affects people for life. It is not right, regardless of regardless, it's just not right. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to explain myself about why you shouldn't be getting crazy with children. I mean, come on. You just shouldn't do it. It's distasteful, and they should know better. Okay? And it's like that's another thing, like when you're not that funny, you got to do extra to get people to laugh. And to be honest with you guys, look, don't get me wrong. I think, excuse me, you guys, but I have my nose is running. I'm sorry. I know I sound probably stopped up. um, I'm sorry about that, you guys, but give me a second. I have to, cause stuff always happens. My computer is, darn it. My computer is about to go dead, so I want to plug it up. Sorry, you guys. All right, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm back. So, yeah, I mean, you guys, come on. Like, that was just, it's just so inappropriate. So, let me keep reading. So, it says Haddish was present during the filming of the entire video, the complaint states. Photos allegedly from the video shoot are included in the complaint. An attorney for Haddish said in a statement to CNN that the plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Ms. Haddish for several years. Every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless, and Ms. Haddish would not be shaken down. The statements read, adding that the mother has her adult daughter representing herself in the suit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing the frivolous action. The mother of the plaintiff is named in the statement. CNN is not including her name in their reporting to protect the privacy of then minor children. Jane Doe is now 22 and the legal guardian of John Doe now 15, according to the complaint. Now, let me say this. That is kind of weird because the mother is still alive and well, and it makes no sense for a 22-year-old to have custody over her 15-year-old brother. That's kind of weird. There's something shady that's going on about that. And then the next thing is the mother has the 22-year-old representing herself in this case. So she's going to represent herself to go up against Tiffany's high powered lawyers. That makes no sense. But again, in terms of the video, I did see the video. I cannot say whether or not there were criminal acts committed in this video, because that is left up to the criminal justice system. And as you guys know, laws can change from day to day. They actually do change from day to day. For example, we just had the abortion laws overturned in many states. Okay, so again, laws can change, and I say that to say that whatever the law deems, grooming, or whatever the law deems, um, in this particular case, that's what it deems. And so, I personally say that some inappropriateness was going on, but I can't say whether or not a crime was committed. Personally speaking, if I was this family and from what I saw in that video happen, I would be suing as well. Matter of fact, it probably wouldn't even happen because I'm just I just, you can't leave your children with people, even family members. You just can't. And I know it's hard. Many people are working. Many people have to work. They don't have the help. They're, whatever. But Hollywood, anybody in Hollywood, I mean, the people sell their soul. They do all types of things. They offer up their children. They offer up other people's children. How many stories must we hear of these child stars coming out telling people what they went through, what happened, what they saw? Okay, didn't we just see the Weinstein dude get caught up with all of that mess, that big ring that they had going on? Okay? So, you know, we got to be mindful. Now, as far as Tiffany and Eric, look, neither one of them are funny. I'm just gonna say it is what it is. I have never found Tiffany funny. Tiffany is very corny. She's like all black women, girls. We have that one friend that's extra hood, extra ratchet, extra ghetto, loud, don't care what nobody think, always got to be funny, everything's a joke. Everybody has that one girlfriend in the group. Everybody. And that friend is in fact, funny, make you laugh, cool. But in terms of like doing like, to me, like real comedy, like in comparison to like some of the other comedians that I like, I know. Do I think Tiffany is probably a cool person? Yes. Do I think she's a cool homegirl? Is she fun to hang out with? Would you have fun with her? Yes, she give off all of those vibes. Do not get me wrong. And I think that's what a lot of people mistake. But me personally, and I'm not even with it when with corny men who do corny jokes, and I'm not with even that either. I don't like men who, coon to get a laugh. It's silly. And for me, Tiffany tries hard a lot of times, with the whole fried chicken thing that she did. It's just corny. It's like, it's just but I say all of that to say that when you gotta, like, when you're not really that funny, you gotta try extra hard to be funny. And you do have some people who believe like they're erring on the side of, oh well, they did it because it brings awareness to who, to pedos who you leave your children with. Oh, they did it because it was like a jokingly, like humorous way to, and it's like, no, it's inappropriate. Being sexually suggestive and having and children should not even be in the same sentence. It should not even be in the same train of thought. It's just weird. And again, we're talking about people, 2013. I don't know if Tiffany was as heavy in Hollywood as she is now. I can't remember. Um, they did mention that she had some type of pull, I guess enough pull to get people on Nickelodeon or something like that. So maybe she did. I don't know. But what I do know is that whether she had pull in the industry or not, just as a woman, as a black woman, it's like you got to have standards. All the stuff that we have to go through, all the, just you have to have standards, and standards being what we saw Bernie.
It is.
No.
Oh.
Y'all ready, gang?
Ready, ready.
Rock real steady.
Actually,
pro?
on the lap. You're sitting. Did you wait?
No.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Now, where am I?
I'm gonna show you.
Ow.
All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your lap.
No.
Okay.
So you see that Bernie cut that short real quick. He like, no, ain't going down. Ain't going down. That's cause Bernie like, no, I don't play that funny mess. Y'all ain't finna get me tangled up in this weird old mess y'all got going on up in Hollywood. And see, y'all may see things like that and think that it's, oh, well, it's nothing. Nah, you cannot look. You can't do it. Stop handing these kids over on a platter. Now, the mother, I don't know what's going on in the article. They didn't say much about the mother. I do find a few things shady about her her like having the 22-year-old adopt the 15-year-old. That's kind of weird. But again, I don't know the ins and outs. Back to like the criminal thing. Let me say this. There are such things as what like general definitions, and then you have what the law deem, you know, a definition for something. So I did look up a few definitions, and let's see. Let me pull it up here. So come on. All right. So inappropriate touching of a child. Yes, we need to understand this definition as it relates to the law. And you guys are going to be surprised. But it says inappropriate touching of a child. Like you can be charged with a child, you already know the rest, if you touch any part of a child's body. Did you guys hear me? If you touch any parts of a child's body, you could be charged. Clearly in the video, Aries Spears was rubbing oil on that little boy's back. And throughout that entire video, there were sexually suggestive tones throughout the entire video. So I don't know. That may be grounds for some type of criminal offense that has been committed. But again, I am not a lawyer. I do not work in that field, never have. Well, I ain't gonna say I never have. Regardless, I'm not giving law advice, but from that definition that I just read, yeah, that was going on in the video. The other definition was, what's the other one? The other one was inappropriate grooming, because I believe that's what Tiffany was accused of. It says one tool common to those who sexually abuse kids is grooming, manipulative behaviors that the abuser uses to gain access to a potential victim, coerce them to agree to the abuse, and reduce the risk of being caught. Remember, Tiffany was allegedly teaching the 14-year-old girl how to give fellatio. If that is true, it does fall under the umbrella of grooming. It's weird. Why would anybody? I just don't get it. Even if the parent said, hey, go ahead and do what you want. These are children. You don't do that. You don't even put yourself in that situation. So anyways, you guys, I wanted to come to you guys and bring the facts because I heard a few different stories. I wish I could play the video. Actually, I don't, because it's just not appropriate to play. But if you guys want to see that video, go find it. I was gonna post it, but I don't think, since it has that little boy in there, I just don't feel comfortable, putting his face out there like that, because he was a minor, and he is in underwear, and I just don't want to put myself in that position. But if you guys want to add more context to this story, I would suggest finding that video and watching the video. But that's all I have to say. I am interested to know what you guys think. And so leave those comments in the comment section below. And until next time, peace. Y'all have a good night. Love you.
Say it's a black thing, one deep in the roots. Blacker the berry, baby, the sweeter the juice.